don't know why it has it like that. That's so weird that my huh. That's weird. I think I'm live. I don't know, but either way, I don't know why my camera's like that, guys. That's so strange. Uh, let me try something here. See, it's still doing it. Back camera. Uh, that's crazy. Hey, RJ. Mm, doesn't make sense why it's doing that, but I guess we're gonna have to have it like that because it shouldn't be like that. That sucks, dude. Why is it doing that? It's it doesn't make sense at all. Like I'll have to try to fix it in the show on stream. I guess that way. It's better. Okay. I don't know. I don't have very much time to. Do we have any cars coming? I'll look when I get up here. Let's see. Okay. We have to walk on the road because it's too much snow. So, anyways, hey Lisa. Oh no, Fred, you're making Ava want a cigarette, and she's trying to quit. I wish she never picked it back up, but uh,
That's my biggest habit.
I don't know. It's pretty bad when you're a pretty bad one, bad habit to have. But I mean, it. I mean, yeah. I guess it could be worse. So watch out right here. It's slick. So I heard Ernie was arrested. Oh, that's a good thing that we could talk about. I think that, I mean, Ernie could be really, truly, uh, from my understanding, he's on a medication called, what's that shit called, Fred? That Ernie's on? Huh? The medicine that Ernie's on, what's that shit called? Haloperidol. I guess he talked about that himself. Okay, well, if he's on that, then, you know, yeah, he could very well be having these mental health episodes. They could totally be what it is. But of course, like, how many times now has Lisa Kay called the police on him? I guess it could have, I mean, in a way, I guess it's a good thing, because he could have, one of these days, he's going to end up freaking getting himself killed. It's cold out, guys. Very cold. Oh, my God. Super cold. It's way colder than it was earlier. Okay. We won't steal anything. Okay. Yeah, give me a second here. Well, I don't know what you guys can see, but it's okay. From my understanding, yeah, Ernie was arrested again this morning, I guess. And from my understanding, it was Lisa Kay that called and told him where he was. He knows people are going to do that shit to him. But I don't know if he's in his right mind, and I don't think it's drug related either. I mean, there could be some of that, like maybe they partied together the night before. I don't know. I really truly think he has some mental health issues that people shouldn't, like, make fun of it. I mean, we make little jokes and stuff, but like some people like take it too far. Oh, it's cold outside. It's way colder than it was. Gives me more time to warm up. Okay, just a drink and a card. Mm-hmm. Thank you. See you tomorrow. I don't know. Stay in here for a second. It's cold out. I'm trying to thaw my hands real quick. It is so, I don't know how you're handling that. It's way colder than you guys. I love going on walks, and I that's why I do it. But this is a little bit, I don't know. It's not very fun when it's miserable out. I have I have 2 sweatpants, a pair of jeans, 3 sweatshirts, like a fleece, a sweatshirt, and a regular long sleeve. Then my jacket. I have like a hoodie, a beanie, and a jacket hood on. What do you want? Oh, oh, I didn't know if you were trying to grab. And I have gloves on. I need another pair of gloves. Like, this shit's not cutting it. Whoa. So, I need to. Whew. Supposedly, PG has some insider information from a local. Boy, does she gets all the info, guys. Every day, it's new info over at the PG channel. Sounds very, very possible. Well, we'll say very probable, not possible. It's probable, but not possible. So I can't wait to hear this groundbreaking info. Oh, I also heard. So I just got a message from somebody. I won't say who because I don't know if they want me to. That Dolly and his girlfriend are threatening to press charges or sue Paper Cut Tina and the Sierra girl for slander or something like that. I was like, you've got to be kidding, right? Because what about the stuff that he said about me and Fred? Like, he straight up made shit up. So I think if anybody has a case, and that's the same thing they said to me, they're like, how can Dolly, like, wouldn't that be the same thing that he's doing to Fred and I? That the stuff that he claims that these women are doing, which I believe these women, by the way, like, a gun charge. I thought that was that knife. So, because Fred was telling me that, like, I guess as a felon, you're not supposed to have like a pocket knife that's bigger than 2 inches. So, is that what he got in trouble for? But yeah, he's probably not taking his medicine, and the stuff that he's doing, the way he's acting is very, very, like, I don't know, it's very similar to somebody else that me and Fred were just talking about who's used to be on the same medicine. We're not going to talk about it, but they were the same exact way when they didn't have their medicine, and they would also talk like really babyish or like very scared when like around police and stuff, or like very terrified. I don't know. It's not really funny, guys. I think it's sad. Hey, Tanya. I haven't heard anything they've said that's been like really bad. Like, honestly, I've heard, like, honestly, some things that they were bragging about, I'm like, dude, don't give the man props, like, in any way. They were talking about, like, their sex life and stuff, but, like, they could be just trying to get a PJ by doing that. I don't know, but I haven't heard anything that's that horrible, honestly. So I don't see the problem. I mean, I've heard Dolly say much more horrible fucking lies about me and Fred. And make a joke out of the Summer Wells case, you know. That guy's such a cis boy, dude. He does things another man tells him to do. Like, he's like 5 foot nothing. He lives with a freaking sex offender. Benny used to call him Red Dot Dolly. I think we should hashtag that and bring it back. Red Dot Dolly. You pull up his address, there's a red dot on it because he's got a sex offender living there. Oh. You know, it's hard to sue somebody for slander about the truth. But if you make up lies, say things like Fred slept with Candace and stuff like that, good luck at coming up with proof on that. Because you just made that shit up. I think it's funny that he actually thinks that shit bothers me. I just think it's gross to use Summer Wells in that way. Literally never done anything to that guy. And he just randomly started going after me because some people, like another man, told him to. That is so, like, gay. I can't even freaking look up gay in the dictionary. And that's what it looks like. It would have Dolly's picture right next to it. That's quite gay, Dolly. I'm sorry. It is. That's really gay. Let's see. Yeah. I'm gonna read her message when I get in here about what she said about what he's gonna sue about. Hold on. I can't. My hands are absolutely frozen. It won't even, like, when I touch the screen, it won't register. Oh man, he freaking. Okay. Okay. Oh man, my hands are frozen, dude. So bad. Ooh. This hand. Oh man, it's so cold. Okay. Hold on. Okay. You guys remember about Tiffany? If you guys can help out any way, you know, or any creators that happen to hear this, like, if you can help raise money for Tiffany to get the headstone she made for him. So, anyways, what did it say here? They said, I was thinking, since Dolly and PJ was thinking about taking legal action against Sierra and Tina, the commentary on, isn't that different from what you, Fred, Donna Candace, and Katie and Chris have suffered through their narratives? Yeah. If they said maybe if that happens to Sierra and Tina, I think y'all would have a case too. Something to think about. As long as Dolly and PJ can slander and defame people in true crime cases, women should be free to at least tell the truth about the visions. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yep. Absolutely agree. Oh man, my hands are so freezing, guys. Like my left hand right now, I can't even. It hurts. Yeah, that was not a very enjoyable walk. Um, yeah, I should have just yeah, I could have gone without that one for sure. For sure. Usually, guys, let's see, what's the temperature out? Because that was miserable, and I usually am. Let's see. Hold on. Okay. Whew, my hands are about to. Okay. Says it's 5 degrees. $5. I was thinking it would be a little bit colder, and that's the real temp too. That's not wind chill. That hurts. I do give myself frostbite. Let's see here. Yeah. Oh my gosh, guys. I couldn't even freaking drink from my cup because it was frozen in the straw. And I'm trying to suck through because it had froze. What the heck? Let me see. Oh, jeez. I don't think I'll be getting out again this evening. That was miserable. So, you guys, hopefully we have some kind of update in Summer's case soon so that we have something to talk about. Unless you guys have a topic you want to talk about, that you guys want to discuss when it comes to Summer's case, just mention it. But I just don't know what really more to talk about. The newest thing is that picture I posted on my wall, which is allegedly the red Subaru when it was wrecked at the bottom of Paul's driveway. Hold on, I'm letting this. Okay. Instant slushy. 16 in Maryville. Well, I'm not sure where. I think he said. What is that in West Virginia? You're stuck at work? Like you can't leave, Tanya? Yeah, instant slushy for sure. Need to go put this one in the. For cheesy. You guys just got a bunch of snow, didn't you, RJ? From my understanding, Tennessee got over there in the Rogersville area, anyways, or Kingsport area. There look like you guys got like 7-8 inches. Somebody was in. I was watching the live last night, and somebody was in. Whose chat was it? They claimed to be in Kingsport, and they said that they were thinking about going to do donuts in front of Judy Sue's house. I thought that was a good idea. Police! Police! Somebody's trying to have me murdered. They're out here doing donuts. I'm telling you. It's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy to have me murdered. What? Are you serious, Tanya? That's crazy. Like what area of the United States? Or did you say it's North Carolina? Or where did I heard North Carolina's getting it. There you go, Virginia. Yep. North Carolina, Virginia area. I heard that too. Jeez. Well, isn't that where Crystal Crime Time's going? Is Virginia? Oh no, her trip's gonna be ruined to go meet up with Laura. Cause she wanted to get the tea or something, whatever she said.
Scanner put it up. They get a lot of photos of Kingsport stuff. Look like they got about 12 inches.
It does look like about a foot, but I agree, yeah. I was just underestimating, a little bit. Didn't want to exaggerate. Oh, look who it is. Hey, Tiff. Tiff. We're real close now. We're on a, I call her Tiff now. Hey, Mimi. So, Maryville's located. Oh, really? Oh, so you're in Tennessee. Mm. Oh, whoa. Okay. Tell me what you're here for today. Who wants me to draw a card? Guess the demon baby. I did see the demon baby. Oh shit, what's going on here? Why is that doing that? That's weird. What the heck? My mouse is bouncing all over my computer for some odd reason. Okay, now it's not. I don't know. See, like I can't go watch. Oh shit! You know what? What we could do? We could go review Killer Looks video if I could switch over to. All right. I guess I could do that. Maybe not all of it, but just we'll see how I feel. I don't ever remember it being this cold. Okay, let me try to switch over here. See, there's this weird thing over my screen. I don't know why it's doing that. But I don't know if you guys can see it on your end or if it's just mine. So
what you are seeing here is a document that organizes an extensive interview with William Saska Riley. The complete document and the full interview are linked in the description and are essential reading for anyone who wants the full picture. Nothing in this summary is presented as proven fact or final conclusion. It exists to preserve what was said in the order it was said and to clearly separate testimony from interpretation. Names, events, and timelines are included exactly as they appear in the source material, without embellishment, judgment, or narrative framing.
Sorry guys, it's not very...
The goal is clarity, not persuasion. Many of the details could not be shown or fully discussed here due to platform limits and the explicit nature of the material. Those details matter. They add context, show patterns, and often change how earlier statements are understood. This video is not meant to stand alone. It is meant to orient you, so that when you read the original document for yourself, the connections surface on their own. This document...
Okay, so what's this? He has here, says, here's Killer Looks link. Says something, okay. William Saska Riley. Oh shit, no, that's not what I want to do. I want to leave it like this. Says victim, male victim of child trafficking, one of the only living survivors. They were born Manuel Sasha Barros. Okay, so there's this whole freaking thing about him. I don't know where.
Begins with people, because the story itself is built from the lives, suffering, and actions of those involved. Each name is color-coded to guide the reader without bias or assumption. Light pink signifies uncertainty, individuals whose roles remain unclear. Yellow marks those identified as victims, and red designates known or alleged abusers. This structure is not about judgment. It is about orientation. The colors help the reader follow relationships, power dynamics, and patterns of abuse as they unfold chronologically, while keeping testimony separate from interpretation. The following names will appear in Saska's timeline. William Saska Riley, who uses they/them pronouns, identifies as a survivor of childhood trafficking and sexual exploitation. They report being born in 1973 under the name Manuel Sasha Barros, and state they were adopted as a young child by William Kyle Riley and Irene Riley. According to Sasha, the adoption was for exploitation rather than care. They describe being trafficked from early childhood, initially within family networks, and later through organized systems involving third-party facilitators. Saska states they were forced to participate in approximately 10 to 12 productions of child sexual abuse material, including one described as a snuff film and another in which a girl was killed immediately after filming. They report being told they would not be killed because male victims were considered difficult to replace. In addition to filming, Sasha describes being trafficked to family members and later to a broader network they associate with Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump. Sasha describes frequent dissociation during abuse, characterizing the experience as mentally leaving the situation, a response consistent with documented trauma reactions. They report being heavily drugged at various points and state that large portions of memory are fragmented. Saska recalls witnessing multiple deaths, including violent assaults that resulted in fatalities.
Yeah, this is
One
Samantha,
memory
girl.
they describe involves individuals dressed as law enforcement, showing them recorded.
See, yeah, they would show them people, supposedly according to him, like it was to try to make him scared of law enforcement or to make him think he couldn't run to law enforcement for help. So yeah, they would use people dressed up in law enforcement attire to to try to fuck with him psychologically. The Samantha girl was a little black girl who was a runaway. I wonder if he's
material in which Sasha appeared to be harming another child. Sasha states they have no recollection of committing those acts and believe they were drugged at the time. They describe this as a control mechanism in which victims are abused, then recorded participating in abuse, and later threatened with exposure to prevent disclosure. Samantha Jackson is described by Saska as a young black American runaway whom they met after being sent to a brothel. According to Sasha, Samantha explained that girls were told they might be selected as mistresses for wealthy men.
She warns Sasha, just don't kill anyone for these people because that's when they have you. Wow.
But that once it became clear this was false, the girls were often killed. Samantha warns Sasha not to kill anyone for the people running the operation, stating that doing so would permanently entrap them.
It would take a lot of time to do videos
Sasha
like
reports
this for
that
sure.
Samantha was later tortured by Sasha's adoptive parents, who feared exposure related to child sexual abuse material. Sasha states that while locked together in a storage room, Samantha asked Sasha to kill her to end the torture, and that Sasha complied at her request. William Kyle Riley, Sasha's adoptive father, is described as having adopted Sasha specific torture, and that Sasha complied at her request. William Kyle Riley, Sasha's adopted...
Okay. The man picture below adopted me at 4, not as his child, but as his slave. He would sell me to other psychopaths, and for a few dollars, they could do anything they wanted to me. I remember some of the people he sold me to. Oh, man. One of them was DT. Okay. That's what he claims. This guy does look like he's pretty fit. He claimed he was a bare-knuckle boxer.
His father is described as having adopted Sasha.
See, this is a document right here that has, what's her name? I think K Armstrong on it right here. And then right here is her mother, Polly Solomon. K Armstrong is Dan Armstrong's wife. This was, which is the district attorney, or going to be a district attorney over Summerwell's case. He's been on news stations speaking on the case. This was back in 1978.
Specifically for trafficking purposes. Sasha alleges that
Are
Riley
you
worked as a
serious?
transporter.
Harvey Levin? Oh, man. What?
within the network, moving victims and clients using aircraft, and that he acted as an enforcer who silenced victims through intimidation and violence. Sasha also associates Riley with underground fighting circuits, including bare-knuckle and tough man contests, which they believe were connected to elite gatherings. Irene Riley, Riley's first wife and Saska's initial adoptive mother, divorced him around 1979 or 1980. Saska states it is unclear whether she directly participated in abuse. Mary Lynn Riley, referred to as Lynn, married William Kyle Riley shortly after the divorce. Sasha describes Lynn as actively abusive and sexually sadistic toward children, and recounts instances in which Lynn expressed enthusiasm about being paid to assault them. Lynn died by suicide in 2018. Paul Riley, William Kyle Riley...
Yeah, and then all over her, let's see...
and recounts instances in which Lynn expressed enthusiasm about being paid to assault them. Lynn died by...
Right here, in her life, Lynn lived in San Antonio, Houston, Texas, Alabama, East Tennessee, and a number of towns in the Texas Hill Country. And he said that this woman was one of the worst. There's something about Greene County. And
suicide in 2018. Paul Riley, William Kyle Riley's father, is described by Sasha as having ties to organized crime through the Dixie Mafia.
Wait, that just said...
Paul Riley, William Kyle Riley's father, is described...
William Kyle Riley, birthplace, Mohawk, Tennessee. Publication place, Morristown, Tennessee. So, yeah, does he live in Tennessee right now? That's what I want to know. Where's this freaking weirdo live now? Where's Mohawk?
Mohawk, Tennessee.
Yeah.
That's Hamlin County, I think.
Hamlin? So that's pretty close. That's pretty close.
by Sasha as having...
Hamlin County. Yeah, that would be this one of the counties that Dan Armstrong's over. Yeah, actually, you're right. It's Greene County, because right here it says Mr. and Mrs. Paul Riley of Mohawk and Greenfield Hospital on February 19th, a son who will bear the name of William Kyle. Their second son, Richard Douglas, age 17 months. Mrs. Riley is a former Miss Gladys Loudy, whose parents reside on Route 2 of Morristown. Yeah, so he's from Greenville.
Ties to organized crime through the Dixie Mafia. Patricia is described as a girl Sasha knew through the brothel system, possibly adopted into a trafficking family before running away. Sasha states Patricia was later killed in front of them as a method of psychological coercion. Sarah, another girl from the brothel, is described as having requested assisted suicide due to fear and despair, with Samantha allegedly carrying out the act at Sarah's request. Donald Trump is described by Saska as an individual who derived gratification from inflicting extreme psychological and physical distress prior to or during sexual assault. Sasha characterizes Trump not as a passive client, but as a central organizer alongside other wealthy individuals. Jeffrey Epstein is described as a logistical coordinator rather than the top authority, responsible for recruitment and management beneath higher-level figures. Jim Jordan is identified by Saska as having participated in an event where attendees were told that if they could physically restrain Sasha, they could do anything.
Yeah, he said that this guy, Jim Jordan, and Andy Biggs were supposedly... Or no,
they wanted to them.
Biggs.
Saska alleges Jordan restrained and sexually assaulted them in front of other attendees. Andy Biggs is described as having severely beaten Saska during later punishment events involving multiple assault stations. Saska recalls an argument between Biggs and their adoptive father concerning the severity of the beating. Lindsey Graham is mentioned by Saska as someone who may have been present at some gatherings. Sasha states they are uncertain whether Graham directly assaulted them or whether he was only an attendee. Sasha recalls an instance in which their adoptive father mocked Graham for being gay and was told by others that such remarks were inappropriate because many individuals present at the gatherings were gay or bisexual.
Wait, what? Sasha's dad was making fun of him for being gay and was told that many people at the party were either gay or had bisexual tendencies, and so he shouldn't be heard mocking them. What? Well, okay. I mean, I guess that's what they were there for.
Sasha does not claim certainty regarding Graham's role beyond presence. Clarence Thomas is described by Sasha in a similar manner. Sasha states they are unsure whether Thomas participated directly in abuse or was present as an attendee. Thomas stood out in Sasha's memory because he was, according to Sasha, the only black individual they recall seeing at these gatherings. Sasha further recalls that when Thomas was appointed to the Supreme Court, their adoptive father expressed excitement, stating that someone with a lifetime appointment at such a high level of government was now connected to the network, as Sasha understood it at the time. This reflects Sasha's recollection of statements made by their adoptive father, not an assertion of Thomas's actions. Vladimir Putin is referenced by Sasha as a name that was frequently mentioned during gatherings in the 1980s. Sasha recalls hearing discussions about him as a foreign figure of importance, but does not remember Putin ever attending any events in person. Sasha notes that individuals with foreign accents were present at some gatherings and states that not all attendees appeared to be American nationals. Bill Clinton is also mentioned by name in Sasha's account, though Sasha states they never personally saw him at any gatherings.
Wait, where did that picture come from? Is that for real? Or what is that picture? Is that just like an AI silly picture?
In Sasha's account, though Sasha states they never personally saw him at any gatherings and cannot attest to his presence. According to Sasha, the gatherings took place at farms and ranches and typically lasted several days. Sasha describes a consistent physical layout involving a large house and multiple activity areas or stations set up under tents, similar to a fairground arrangement. Sasha reports that these events were highly organized and followed a pattern in which attendance decreased over time while the severity of activities increased. Early stages allegedly included...
Are you serious? Shut up. Oh my gosh. Okay.
bare-knuckle fighting, drug use, and adult prostitution, with some fights involving children. Saska states that fighters were paid and that attendees appeared to place bets on outcomes. Sasha recalls the presence of alcohol, drugs, live music, and social interaction. Sasha reports that the nature of each gathering varied depending on who attended and which victims were available. They believe that individuals perceived as more socially reputable were invited during earlier stages to create an appearance of legitimacy and to establish potential leverage through minor misconduct, such as drug use, infidelity, or gambling. According to Saska, by the final stages of these events, attendance was reduced to a small number of adult men and a few children. Saska alleges that during this period, the remaining children were subjected to severe physical and sexual abuse and, in some cases, were killed. Saska states that these gatherings often coincided with federal holidays or extended weekends. The timeline in this document is critical. It anchors testimony to sequence, allowing patterns of abuse escalate.
Susie, that's exactly what I was thinking if it was some type of blackmail. Because, you know, supposedly that's what they would do.
And institutional failure to emerge organically. I
was told I'd be killed if I ever talked about it. I only remember 3 well enough to describe it in detail, but I was trafficked from 4 until 12. It was stopped when CPS got involved. There are Andy Biggs, Jim Jordan, Donald Trump, who's in my med records by name, over 30 years ago. Wow.
Isolating events, it reveals how they connect, overlap, and intensify over time. This structure transforms fragmented memories into a coherent map, helping readers trace cause, consequence, and complicity across decades. Without the timeline, the scale and coordination behind these accounts would remain obscured. Saska Riley reports being born in 1973. In 1976, Jeffrey Epstein was dismissed from the Dalton School, an event that later gained relevance due to Epstein's subsequent trajectory. In 1977, Saska states they were adopted at approximately 4 years old by William Kyle Riley and Irene Riley. That same year, Donald Trump married Ivana Trump and Donald Trump Jr. was born. Saska reports that the adoption was not for custodial care, but for exploitation, and that by approximately 1978, they were being trafficked to relatives. In 1979 or 1980, Irene Riley divorced William Kyle Riley, who soon married Mary Lynn Riley. Saska describes this period as the transition from intra-family abuse to more organized trafficking. Between approximately 1978 and 1986, Saska reports repeated trafficking events involving family members and later a wider network they associate with wealthy individuals. Saska characterizes Epstein as an
It was
operational...
Monica's blue dress. I think it was a joke because they were good friends. This is Killer Looks video. So, yeah, here, let me just put it in the chat again. He just put out a new one about this Saska Riley stuff.
Intermediary rather than the principal authority. They describe gatherings involving adult prostitution, illegal activities, and the exploitation of children, with clearer memories beginning around age 10. Earlier abuses reported beginning around ages 6 to 7, with fragmented recall consistent with early childhood trauma. Saska places sustained trafficking within this broader network between roughly 1981 and 1987. Saska alleges a first interaction with Donald Trump around 1981 or 1982 at a rural or barn-like location. They describe acts of animal cruelty performed in front of them and followed by sexual assault, characterizing the violence as preparatory and intentional. Saska further alleges that, at a later point, a girl named Patricia was killed in their presence prior to another assault. These events are uncorroborated.
Stanley died at the duplex we stayed at in Enterprise, Alabama, and the freckle-faced girl was shot in the head at the farm. After they shot her, they told me they'd do the same to me if I didn't do everything the next guy wanted. Then Mr. Trump walked in. I figured they were going to kill me anyway, so I looked for an opportunity to kill him or do damage. He had me do things that I probably can't put on Facebook, but he eventually rolled over expecting sex from me. Instead, I put the condom on. Wow. Not only is Donald Trump named in my medical records, he had to get treatment for himself. This can be verified. Oh, yeah.
Publicly, but are internally positioned by Saska as part of a deliberate escalation pattern. During the early 1980s, Saska reports multiple attempts by their adoptive parents to kill them in ways designed to appear accidental. They describe incidents in Texas involving attempted drowning, a fall downstairs resulting in a cracked skull, and a Chevy van incident, each of which they state resulted in police reports. Saska reports that an ongoing investigation in Texas prompted the family to relocate to Tennessee to avoid further scrutiny. They state they lived in Tennessee for approximately 1 year, and that a school nurse reported visible injuries to Child Protective Services. During this same period, Trump's public life expanded, including the births of Ivanka Trump in 1982 and Eric Trump in 1984, and increased media exposure through programs such as Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. Saska reports that around 1984 or 1985, they were sent to live temporarily at a brothel, possibly in Alabama. They describe a structured system in which adolescent girls were coerced into sexual exploitation under narratives of advancement, while violence and death were used as enforcement and disposal mechanisms. Sasha names 3 girls, Samantha, Patricia, and Sarah, whom they state all later died. They describe killings occurring during filming, retaliation by clients, and intimidation by organized criminal figures. Sasha reports that farms in Tennessee and Alabama were used repeatedly, often during holiday weekends, with participation escalating over several days. Saska further reports involvement in the production of child sexual abuse material during this period, including at least one incident described as a premeditated snuff film recorded in a controlled setting with lighting and camera equipment. They link later attempts on their life to fear among their adoptive parents following an FBI investigation involving another family connected to similar material. Saska states the family moved from Tennessee to Alabama around 1984 or 1985. Shortly thereafter, Samantha was allegedly tortured and killed by the adoptive parents in Enterprise, Alabama. Saska reports being coerced into killing Samantha at her request to end the torture, later filing a police report in Oklahoma decades afterward, admitting to this act. They state that law enforcement and the FBI investigated following neighbor complaints and witness reports, but that no body was recovered.
One farm in Tennessee, one in Alabama. Went to both a few times.
Saska places additional alleged interactions with Trump and others during this period, including repeated choking and simulated killing, and an incident at a farm gathering where Jim Jordan allegedly assaulted them after physically restraining them. Sasha situates these events amid ongoing CPS involvement, foster placements, and behavioral labeling as ungovernable, which they attribute to trauma. Sasha identifies a final alleged interaction with Trump around 1985 or 1986, when they were approximately 12 or 13. They report that Patricia, whom they knew from earlier trafficking, was tortured and killed in front of them at a farm location, followed by further assault. Sasha reports violently injuring Trump during this encounter in an attempt to survive.
Yeah. But, let's see. You guys should go finish watching this over at Killer Looks. Because I feel like he, deserves a view. Plus, I'm going to go watch a show I have planned to watch over on Whatnot. One of my sellers that I'm supporting is doing a sale, and I want to be there and watch it. So, and Killer Looks just put this out today, so no, I have to go to Giselle. I wasn't planning on staying on and stuff. I was just planning on coming on for a little bit to walk and talk. Yeah, thank you so much, Giselle. That was so sweet of you. And